Hello FlyTampers, good evening from Tokyo Haneda Airport, and before we get started I'd like to wish each and every one of you a very happy new year of 2025. I know we are kicking off the year a little bit late here, but I think it's gonna be fine, especially flying the 777 today, the beautiful PMDG 777, which I have not flown in a long while, so I am especially looking forward to do this long-haul flight all the way to Toronto. Flight time is going to take us 11 hours and 30 minutes, so it's quite a decent long haul. And yeah, well, it is the new year already. How crazy is that? I guess this year, just as the last year, will be very exciting for us in the flight sim community, especially since we now know that Inibills will release the A350 within Q1 of this year, which is of course really cool, and I can't wait to fly the A350 for the very first time on the simulator. But let me know, guys, what do you think? What is the most exciting stuff coming up this year? I guess there's more than just the A350. I think we might see a Bluebird aircraft, maybe the 757 towards the end of this year, which will also be very exciting, but I'm sure I'm missing out quite a few exciting things here that will come up this year. So let me know in the comments below what are the releases you are most looking forward to. Right, so yeah, GSX is boarding the plane. It reads up there 234 packs. I think we actually have a bit more planned by SimBrief. So we will be fairly heavy. Maybe, yeah, let's do a quick checkup of all the documents we have here. So from Tokyo to Toronto, it is an evening departure and an afternoon arrival into Toronto. I'm not quite sure at what time the sun sets in Toronto. I think we might be in for a sunset departure. Maybe it will be dark already, I don't know. But we will find out later on. Yeah, so as I mentioned, 11 hour 30 minute zero fuel weight, also quite decent, 212 tons. That is made up by 370 packs, 11.9 tons of cargo, total payload 43.7. And then we will carry 113.1 thousand tons of fuel. Takeoff weight 324.8. Always amazes me how much room there is left to the max takeoff weight, but it is going to be a very cool departure. You might know it already out of the runway, what is it, 32 or 34? With a very early right-hand turn. We can quickly pull it up. Yeah, so that's out of 3-4 right we're going to depart. And essentially all the departures have very early turns, so just after 700 feet right-hand turn we have the downtown of Tokyo to our left-hand side. And then we fly a bit of a routing here out to Bruce, Leo Silva, and then Inubo, and it turns out even in real life they are actually flying this route, which seems strange. Only explanation I have is they are probably have this routing to avoid all the airspace around Tokyo Narita Airport. But if there's any other things that might trigger this route, then let me know. I'm sure there are some professionals among you who know for sure why they are doing this. But it would also fit why we have very specific altitude constraints: below flight 150, above 12, above 150, then essentially at 170 spot on for 2 waypoints. So quite an interesting departure. Can't wait to hand fly this initial turn. That's going to be really fun. And then all the arrivals we will check out later on. It's of course going to be a long flight over the ocean, and yeah, let's kick things off. Here we are in the beautiful 777 flight deck. Maybe we can even turn on some dome light. I think that's not the worst idea. And then we need to start with the D-Link. I think I haven't done that yet. Wait, is that even the thing? I don't think it's a thing anymore, right? I keep thinking back to these P3D times, but never mind. FMC then. 2413, that's correct. Pause in it. GPS position. Route. out of RJ Tango. That was too quick. Route request sim brief, and there we have everything. Initial altitude 310, cost index 200, that's pretty high. But we have enough fuel. If needed, we of course can reduce the cost index just to make sure. And set fuel, that is all set. Select route. Route is requesting. And yeah, altimeter is at 1022. We'll check out the weather in just a second as well. Loading in the route. Temperature 5 degrees, that might be a little bit cold. Can we actually check the METAR in here? Haneda 310 at 8. Okay, so very slight crosswind for the departure, not much, that's okay. Cavalcade 5 degrees, 1021. Okay, so nothing that is worrying us. 1021 is set 3 times. Alright, routing is there. Out of 3-4 right. Why is it not there? Oh, it's the transition. Okay, so we are flying the rover. Okay, let me check some more charts just to make sure we have the very correct one. Yeah, so it needs to be the 3 Alpha. Just checked flight radar, and the 3 Alpha takes us over the bay to Pluto, while the other ones don't take us out over the bay, but flight radar clearly shows that the aircraft did fly out to Pluto, so we have the 3 Alpha. Gonna check the constraints later on, and then we have the Inubu transition. That's the one I've been looking for. For the arrival, let's just plan something generic. 2 for right, maybe? Oh, 2 for left, I think they use for landing then, right? 2 for left. Flying the Boxum from Otnik, etc. Activate. Right, performance inert request. Okay, let's accept. Zero fuel weight to 12.3. Yes, that's accurate. 6.3. This actually needs to be 6.3. Oh, it is spot on. 310-200. Okay, I think this looks good. 16.3 on arrival. I assume this will even come up a little bit with wind data being loaded in. 21.6. Okay, plenty of fuel. That's nice. I've actually planned 30 minutes extra, just to be on the very safe side of things. Right, ground maintenance. That's actually something I saw early on, that some tires are a little bit worn. I'm not sure if this color would indicate that we need to change them. However, changing, what is it, 5-6 tires seems a little bit much. But let's check outside. Oh yeah, we can actually nicely see the difference. That's something very cool modeled by PMDG. Very big difference indeed. This side is more similar, while this one... hard to see the difference here. Ooh, camera's a little bit fast. Yeah, interesting stuff. However, I'm gonna leave it like this. I trust that these tires will be good for takeoff and landing. What was I looking at? Oh, right, performance. That's what I was looking at. So Tokyo Haneda 34. Right. 338. Runway conditions are dry. 11,000 feet. Aircraft import from should be the same. It is not. That's pounds. Why is that pounds? Oh, now it's about with kilo. Okay. Aircraft OFP. So that's probably the takeoff weight, where this is the actual weight. Let's use actual weight just to be on the safe side. Air conditioning is off. Center of gravity, aircon auto, import weather, 310 at 7. Calculate. Right, flap 5, takeoff 38. Flap, 38. Takeoff and climb, flap 5. Center of gravity 26. Speeds 170, 182, 88. $171, 82, 88. So 88 coming in here. Initial heading 338. And then we are flying offline, at least for now. Let's see for the arrival. If there's ATC online, I will try to be on the network. But since we are offline here, let's go 310. Fly directors. LNAV, VNAV. Now there's one more thing I want to check, which is the acceleration and thrust reduction here at Tokyo Haneda. Since it is very specific departures, I need to check if there's something we need to change here. Okay, so I'm just looking at the black box 711 airport data. For thrust reduction is 1530. Acceleration 3030. So it's a NADP1 departure. Acceleration. And then engine out acceleration 1600. Right. Cool. So we are all set up in that regard. Let's run some checklists. Oxygen. Let's test it. 100%. Flight instruments. 248, 248. Reading essentially altitude 0, which is correct. Parking brake. Oh, to be on the brakes is set. Right. Oh, we've been on APU. Sorry. I thought we were actually on ground power, but never mind. Fuel pumps. Hydraulics starting. Oh no, actually, let's call for pushback first. I think that's the correct way to do it. We go. What is this set to? Transponder 1000. Right. Yeah, let's ask for pushback. Yes, that can be released because we are on APU power. APU bleed is on as well. Cool. URs. Oh, I wanted to check the altitude constraints. That's something I should do. Right, so 700. And then a right-hand turn to Toram. Pluto, Kiji. Then Spoon, flight level 150 below. Rover 120 above, which we will have easily. Peruse 150, and then it's 170, 170, 250 above. Alright. That looks quite good. Bypass been inserted. So let's kick on the hydraulics. Oh, auto actually. And then the others. And then let's go beacons. And then we need to run the before start checklist. Flight door, or is it actually closed and locked? I think it should be. Arm all. I think they are armed. When they are green, they are armed, I think. MCP 188, 338, and 310. We need to be heading south. Yeah, P9, that's too far. Clear P8, that's okay. Wheel chocks, okay. Parking brake off. Takeoff speeds are inserted. Seater prefares completed. Trim 5.5, so need to trim it up a bit. Like that, and then taxi briefing. Yeah, we'll skip this, but we've talked about the departure route. Alright, not too bad. Yeah, so I've actually been debating with myself for a considerable amount of time if I should fly the new Air Canada or the old one, the bluish livery. I decided to go with the new one at the end, although I still have to say I kind of really like the old one with a toothpaste color. But I mean, also this one is quite nice as well. But I think the old one has something special to it. Alright, shall we fire up the beautiful GEs then? Trying to think, once again a different aircraft every time, but it is the 777, should be fairly straightforward. Like this, and let's look outside. I can't see much on the engine side, but it is pretty cool to see a Marshal walking there. Also, this livery, which I've downloaded from flightsim.to, comes with a pretty neat customized Air Canada cabin. Look at this, they have a bunch of logos. I think it's even the proper interior. Wall trimmings. Seats look pretty cool. I think Air Canada is even running that kind of 4 in a row config in business class. I think that's super realistic in that regard. Alright, let's fire up number 2. Parking brake is set. Now, as for the taxi, so we are all the way down here at the internationals. We will go out on Papa 8. Then I think it is Papa or Lima. Maybe Lima even. Lima, then we cross for Hotel, all the way up to Charlie, and then Charlie 1. Yeah, full length. I think that's what we will take. Right, 2 good engine starts. That's a beautiful thing. APU off. Auto brake RTO flap 5. Trim is set 5.5. We'll run a flight control check. Full left, full right, aileron full up, full down. Sorry, elevator of course, and rudder full left and full right. Anti-ice not required. Recall. Should have done this before. That's fine. Let's check flight controls. Check ground equipment is clear. Right. Taxi and turn off lights. Let's go wing lights as well, just for the looks of it, really. And then we are ready to go. Alrighty, we're getting there. Coming up to 3-4 right. Just need to take one more left on Charlie 1. Transponder set TARA. Looks like the approach is free before takeoff checklist is completed. Let's slow down for the turn. Yeah, so when I run FSLTL for offline traffic, I typically only have like 3 to 5 active IFR aircrafts. It is less busy than what you would experience in real life, but it is much easier when approaching the airports, especially since then there's less chance of traffic interfering with us. Right, now we are allowed to taxi on. This is the runway where the tragic accident happened not so long ago with the Japan Airlines A350 completely burning to ashes. Just off the right to the runway there, I think, crashing into some other aircraft which taxied onto the runway without proper clearance. Alright, everything is on. Don't need that for sure. Look at this, guys, lining up towards the city of Tokyo. This is has to be one of the coolest departures in a heavy aircraft. Can't wait to do it. Alright, let's go. Everything is set. Oh, wave even... Ah, no, it's quite okay. I thought I've overshot this turn, but I think it turned out quite okay. Let's go flying, everyone. Oh. I think that was by accident. Can I clear this? Okay. Take off first. Yeah, that was just by accident. Nothing crazy.
80 knots.
Checked. Ooh, look at this. That's gonna be long acceleration. Bam! Look at the G's.
V1.
V1. Rotate. Okay, let's be careful. Flying the 300. Pitching up. 7.5. We're airborne.
Positive rate.
Pulling a bit more. Gears coming up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bam. How cool is that? We need to focus on the turn. Oh, need to pull a bit more. We have plenty of power. Wow. Holy guacamole. 700 feet now. I've missed it. Crazy climb performance. Right hand turn. Oh man, I want to look outside. Let's climb power. Engine's coming back a little bit. Wow, imagine flying this in real life. Holy guacamole. I don't want to accelerate just now. I want to see the city. Can we see it? No, we can't. Wow, amazing stuff. NADP1 makes a whole lot of sense for this departure. But there we go, that's 3,000 feet. Now we can accelerate a bit, setting the trim. Oh my god, this is brilliant. That is just brilliant stuff. Beautiful. Really, really good. Flaps 1, speed check flaps 1. Close to the overspeed. Trimming the aircraft. And flaps up. Nice. Now we can still do this turn manual flight. Perfectly trimmed. Yeah. It's one of the few departures where I think seeing it from the passenger seat is actually almost better compared to looking out the cockpit window. This aircraft is so good. Really good. And this is so much fun. I could fly this whole departure on manual flight. Okay, but let's go autopilot. Get rid of some of those lights. Like that. After takeoff checklist, all green, and thus we are on our way across the Pacific towards Toronto. Really, really nice. One of the best nighttime departures ever, I would say. Alright guys, that was a whole lot of fun. I am very much looking forward to the arrival into Toronto later on. Hope you guys are as well, and I will meet you back in about 11 hours. Take care. Hello folks, welcome back, and here we are approaching Toronto, and yeah, beautiful cruise, long flight, and now it seems like we're gonna have a daytime arrival, although the sun is closing in on the horizon, so maybe it will even be some twilight up on the final approach. And yeah, looks beautiful. Sim looks absolutely stunning. Flying in Microsoft 2020, I really start wondering if the 2024 sim is even needed at all. I mean, I have bought it, I have it installed and everything, but as of now I really don't see any use case in flying the new sim compared to this one. But that's a whole different story. For now, let's focus on the approach. So unfortunately, no ATC online. I was really hoping to catch some ATC, that would be fun. Landing a 777 with ATC, but there's none online, so I decided to stay with offline traffic. We are gonna land ILS 24 left, and that's the one I just by coincidence dialed in earlier on. Now we're coming into Davos. Actually, I want to take a direct to Satur, which is the last one on the arrival route. I'm gonna pull up the chart in just a second. And then Satur, I want to be at exactly 6,000 at 210. I'm gonna show you why in just a second. Right, coming into 10,000, landing lights going on. So here's the chart. From Davos onto Satur, there are previous constraints of 210, 6,000. That's why I've set it for Satur, and then we will have a nice right-hand turn and get ourselves on the final approach for ILS 24 left, which in terms of the ILS is pretty standard, not the longest runway of all I've seen to this this day, but we will be able to make it, of course. Weather is a little bit interesting. We have 290 at 13, gusting 22, so that is indeed a little bit windy. Gusting from the right hand side a little bit. Since we have gusting winds up to 22, I have decided to do my calculation with a re-ref at of 10. Actually, I think we should take half of the gusts, right? So that's going to be 11 even, if I'm not mistaken. 11. And since this puts our approach speed to 156, I decided to go with flap 30 instead of flap 25, just to manage that speed a little bit. And then we will have auto brake 3, and this will hopefully put us out on Delta 4, which is this one. I mean, we could even dial up the braking a little bit, but I think it's not too critical. If we miss this one, we still have Delta 8 back there. And then we will occupy the runway a little bit longer, but since there's no ATC online, I don't think it's a huge issue. And then we will park it up on the international terminal, of course. Right, let's see. Looking beautiful here with the snow, with the snow patches in between. Let's see. We are below profile, which is always a good thing flying the 777. Approach checklist has been completed. No, it has been not. Altimeter set 3001. We will arm the speed brakes. Did I deploy them? No. No, it's fine. Right, and then leaving Satur, we will turn towards the final approach, so we will select a heading of 200, and this should get us nicely on the final approach if the aircraft is actually considering to slow down until we get there to 4210. Am I mistaken, guys, or am I supposed to see a green dot somewhere in here for the deceleration point? Maybe I am mistaken, not an expert on the 777 by any means, but I thought it was supposed to be there. Right, in case of a go-around, we will climb runway heading to 1.5 of the localizer. Climbing left turn to 3000, heading 159 to intercept the outbound Toronto viewer on rate of 189. Right, so climbing to 1.5, then left hand turn and continue climb 3000. All right. $6,000 now. Alright, there we are decelerating, so we're gonna need flap 1 for that. And then we said we're gonna leave Satur heading 200. And this should ideally put us right onto the localizer. Now we need to keep descending. Flight level 3, not flight level, sorry, 3000 of course. And then from Listu, where we are just about leaving our vectors, we have 11 miles to go. 10 miles actually to the runway, 10 miles. There is a little bit of traffic. Chances are they are also arriving on the other runway, which is, I don't even know, 23? Yeah, runway 23, hopefully. That would make things a little bit easier for us. Oh, we need to start the flight recorder, of course, so we can re-watch that landing. Wind is pushing a bit from the right hand side. Maybe let's go 210 to have a better localizer intercept course. Now the big question is, where is he heading? We should have a visual on him. I think over there. Oh, that was my bad. I did not mean to hit that localizer. Now I do know that Toronto is a bit of a heavy airfield in terms of performance, so I'm not running the highest level of detail here, just to keep FPS up to some extent. That is looking beautiful with the sunset behind the cloud. Okay, my friends, so where are you headed? I don't even see him any longer. I am fairly confident he's on runway 23. So let's keep fingers crossed. Okay, I think it's about a good time to go flap 5. What is the airport elevation? 569, alright. Wow, that is looking beautiful. Holy cow. To have the light set. Let's go like this, logo and wing. It's getting dark outside. Let's go approach. And that's the light stop right there. 3000 garage altitude is set. We will go gear down. Flap 15. And once again, final approach speed is plus 11, so that's 144. Plus 11 makes it 155. Flaps 20. Ah, nice. Toronto down there. Awesome. Have not been here in real life, but it is definitely on the bucket list. It keeps getting better. Right. Then let's go. Yeah, let's be early on the config. Flap full. Speed set 155. Landing checklist. Takes a long time for those flaps to drop. Right, landing checklist completed. Manual flight. My aircraft. Right, so while I have your attention, guys, which is usually the case on the final approach, there is the FS weekend coming up mid-March, I think 15th and 16th of March this year. If any one of you is planning to go there, leave me a comment or send me a DM on Discord or something, because I am considering to go there myself. But of course it would be very cool to meet you guys there in person, and then we can have a nice little chat and maybe meet for a beer or something. So if you have any plans to go, then let me know. Maybe we will see each other there.
Approaching minimums.
Right, and now we need to focus on the landing.
Minimums.
Continue. It is a little bit gusting.
100.
Ooh. Shaky.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Degrabbing. Right wheel down first. There. Oh, nice. I like it. And reverse. Reverse green. Decel. Oh, we're not gonna make Delta 4. That's okay. Sweet. And look at the reverses. Oh, we can't see. Never mind. Okay, idle forward. Manual braking. Nice. I do not know the touchdown rate just yet, but I am happy with the landing. Managed to degrab just in time and got the right main gear down first. Not the worst one. Look at this windsock. Holy guacamole. Okay, let's slow down. Right, yeah, FPS are coming down a little bit, but that's alright. Strobes, wing lights I don't think we need. Weather radar I didn't even have on. We still need to cross an active runway, which we need to make sure that there's no traffic. Emirates A380, but I see no traffic on the runway, so we can continue straight ahead. Speed brakes coming down. Nice. Now I'm curious. Touchdown rate 240, which is alright. I will take that in gusty conditions any day. Alright, here we are. It keeps saying 20 feet, but I think we are about as far as we can go. So let's leave it here. Parking brake is set, APU is on, APU running, and we can kill the engines. Nice. And thus we have made it. Lights are all set. Hydraulics coming off. Right demand pump. And yeah, so that's that. I think transponder is something I forgot. But this should be it. Parking brake is set. Shutdown checklist is completed. Sweet. Now I am curious towards these tires. Now they've turned red. Okay. That is interesting. Let's have a closer look now. But if I were to take this one on another flight, I would probably want to replace the tires turned red. It's interesting how it changes within one flight. But yeah, I guess that is somewhat realistic. You know what? Maybe we can even try it, right? Oh no, now they've replaced all. Ah, I thought there would be like some sort of animation which we could look at. Okay, anyhow, now we have new tires. What am I? Set shocks, that's what I was looking for. Request ground power. That is available. APU off. Right, now it's working. There was some GSX hang up earlier on. Let's see. So yeah, I think we've made it to the furthest position and we are within the line. So yeah, I think that's where we are supposed to park it up. Ooh, that's a close call. That is a very close call to that Egypt Air 777. Alright guys, that's that. That was a beautiful flight, at least I think so. Let me know what you guys thought about this one, and look at this, just in time for the sunsets. Beautiful stuff, really cool. Yeah, I still love the 777. I know that in the meantime the 777 Freighter has been released as well. I did not get it yet simply because PMDG will most likely charge an upgrade fee for the 2024 version, which I don't know. At the moment I'm not a huge fan and supporter of the PMDG pricing strategy, especially since they want to charge quite a decent amount for the 737 to become available in 2024, and that's something I don't understand because Phoenix managed to make it compatible within just a few days for free. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not hugely in the mood to support PMDG on that journey. However, I also wouldn't really mind getting the freighter. So if you guys want to see it, let me know, and then we will find some nice cargo hauling operations for the 777 that we can do together. And yeah, once again, let me know if you intend to go to the FS weekend in Lelystad mid-March. Then we can potentially meet up for a drink or something. That would be absolutely awesome. Alright guys, let's call it the day from Toronto, and thanks for joining, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, bye bye.